America's latest space photo mission, highly successful. 4:15 p.m., 89 degrees, with sunny skies over Los Angeles. Jim Steck reporting for the National Skating Derby, where there's plenty of thrilling action now. Dateline Pasadena, the United States has come up with another excellent close-up picture of the moon. KRLA Newsman John Land reports.
Lunar orbiter gallantly overcame internal problems this afternoon to flash back through space its first pictures of the moon. The problems, coupled with television relay difficulties on Earth, caused some puzzlement at first as to why the quality of the photograph seemed so poor to televiewers. Then scientists located the source of the TV interference somewhere between the receiving station at Goldstone, California, and the TV monitors at Jet Propulsion Laboratory. KRLA News gets a late report from a JPL spokesman.
We have just received word from Goldstone Tracking Station that the film from the first moon pictures taken by Lunar Orbiter appears to be of very, very good quality. The pictures were taken early this morning by the Lunar Orbiter spacecraft from an altitude of about 133 miles above the moon's surface. They were taken also while the spacecraft was traveling at a speed of about 4,000 miles an hour.
They add the quality is good enough that objects 14 feet or more in diameter can be identified in the photographs. But the newest moon pictures are not expected to be completed until sometime late tonight. John Land, KRLA News.
Meanwhile, the Pioneer 7 satellite is speeding toward a rendezvous with the sun, exploring the perils of interplanetary travel in the solar system. A spokesman for the project says all the experiments are returning good data again to the Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena.
KRLA award-winning news.
Monday through Saturday at this time, the National Skating Derby brings you Ronnie Temple with Roller Game Report.
Last night in the fresh country air of the Earl Warren Showgrounds at Santa Barbara, the Texas Outlaws rallied to overcome the Los Angeles Thunderbirds 67-65. This was another classic game where the Outlaws' Shirley Hardman and Jim Trotter used every trick in the book and then some to send the T-Birds down to defeat. Apparently, the Outlaws have not forgotten the drubbing they took at the hands of the T-Birds last time around and plan to let the T-Birds know how they feel. Action continues tonight at 8:30 at Roller Games Hall in San Bernardino. The number to call there to reserve your seats is Turner 8-4344. And by the way, if you're hungry for action, you'd better make it to the Long Beach Arena tomorrow night, where at halftime, you'll see one of the most grueling races of all time, as Riley, Payne, and Brown of the T-Birds meet Trotter, Solis, and Roberts of the Outlaws in a 75-lap endurance contest. The number to call for roller game reservations for tomorrow night's game in Long Beach is Hemlock 7-2255. That's Hemlock 7-2255. Ring it.
Newport Beach, professional football star Marlon McKeever lost a finger in a traffic crash early today and may be lost to the Rams for the season as a result. McKeever was a passenger in Ram quarterback Roman Gabriel's car, which crashed into a parked car. Gabriel was not hurt, but McKeever was loading a stereo tape unit and his hand was jammed against the dashboard. McKeever was rushed to a local hospital where doctors tried to save the finger on his right hand but were unsuccessful. In addition to the loss of his ring finger, McKeever also broke his right index finger and suffered lacerations to the arm and hand. It remains uncertain whether he'll be able to play football this season. Marlon's twin brother Mike, by the way, is still in the hospital, only partially conscious from injuries suffered in an auto crash last December. Funeral services for another famous sports figure have been announced. Last rites for race driver Ken Miles will be held Saturday at Utter McKinley Mortuary on South Vermont Avenue. Miles, who has been racing since 1938, was killed yesterday when a car he was test driving hurtled off the track at more than 150 miles an hour at Riverside International Raceway. Now more sports. Here's KRLA's Danny Baxter.
On that story given to you by Jim Steck from KRLA News, the Marlon McKeever story today. By the way, it has been announced from the Los Angeles Ram office that he will be lost for the season because of an amputated finger. We'll have more on the McKeever story later this afternoon. One of the big questions in baseball today, how long can Sandy Koufax continue to pitch? The brilliant left-hander of the Dodgers says that he will be able to take his regular turn Sunday, but he also says his arthritic condition continues to worsen on a day-to-day basis. Meanwhile, in the pennant race, the National League is a seesaw battle. The Mets courtesy of a third baseman, Jose Pagan, scored 6 unearned runs to defeat the Pittsburgh Pirates today, 9-5. The Pirates and Giants are now in a tie for first place. This is Danny Baxter.
Checking current surfing conditions at Santa Monica, 2.5-foot breakers with fair shape, and at Leo Carrillo State Beach, conditions are reported good, with swells from the south between 3 and 4 feet.